Greetings Diecast Racing fans, Sharky here and welcome back to Sharky's Garage. And we've got something a little bit different today. As I mentioned in one of my recent videos, I have just had a package arrive from John at Modelmatic, which is this box here. I also have this package arrived, which has come through from JB Wargamming. And they are of a similar nature, so I'm going to cover them both in the same video. Before we actually get into the unboxing and get down to it, don't forget to do the usual things, like, comment and subscribe. Right, we're going to deal with the Modelmatic package first, so I will put this heavier one off to the side. I have scribbled out my address. So, we've had some of these before, but there's a new one out, which is the SJO-CAL kits. It's very the one that I have for Sharky's Garage that is not at Vulcan Raceway is one of these. I've got the receipt in here. This was, so there's two things in here. There's a little mini kit in there as well. It was $31.99 for the Pete's Bodyshop diorama kit. And then there's the shop mini kit, which was $10.99 with tax, delivery and everything. It was £46.97, so quite expensive for what it is, because the other package was a lot less money than that, and we'll get into that in a second. So I plan to give this to Keldon Raven and see if he can adjust it to make it more me-like. There was another kit they produced a while back, and I wasn't able to get one, which was another garage. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to leave it in Keldon's hands, but that's the... And we'll go through the parts, we'll get it all out, we'll be able to dry fit it, I would have thought, because these are quite good like that. Open here. SJO-CAL Speed Toys, Pete's Bodyshop, 1/64 scale. Okay, now the extra thing I got in there was what they call shop shit, which is a mini kit with 19 pieces, which has got a model car on the desk. But I believe this kit has that in it anyway. We'll put that to one side. So we've got that with the holes in the roof. I like that. There's a lot of detail here. So this is the instructions on how it's put together. They're always done really, really well. It's got a 2-post lift in it. Bench. Trolley, some various other little bits and pieces. So and they also sort of talk about the Grand Prix, the Elwood drag strip, the Monte Carlo. I have thought about getting the Monte Carlo for winners and stuff like that, create a winner's circle and do it with that, but we'll see. Maybe they're quite expensive for what they are in comparison to others. So we've got this, which is to go onto the door. Tested by the SJO-CAL technocrats. Thank you for buying the diorama kit. Yours, Peter and Stephanie. So, I haven't opened it yet. Comes in the brown paper. So I'll get that open. Because, you know, getting nice 1/64 scale stuff is difficult. Let's get this out. Right, so this has, oh, that'll be the fencing for going around the outside. The upper deck in there, the front of the building, the roof, sides of the building and the back, and this will be the base plate. That's the bottom. So if we quickly just twiggle that, that should come out. And it's got one piece in there which is for the deck, so that will be the outside. That will be the back over here, I would suggest. Is it? That's definitely the outsides. So I'm going to pause this and get some bits and put some of it together, just so you've got a bit of a show together of what we've actually got. 1 second. So I haven't finished putting it together totally because some of it is a bit fiddly, but I have put the main parts together. We've got an air conditioner unit, we've got signs that need to go in. This is part of the 2-post lift, lockers. We've got the external sign, which is Pete's Body Shop. I'm wondering whether that can be changed to Sharky's Body Shop. But then again, you know, that will be reliant on my wonderful brother Keldon and his skills and time, because he's a very hard-working man. The rest of the bit for the front is here. This has it's got proper stairs and everything, the fencing to go around it, so that's all of that. And obviously this is got a little opening door here, and this is the to go on the front here for when it's not open. But yes, so I have put it together. It's fantastic the way to put it together. So you can see there I've put the loft part in. See from the side it goes through the wall. This back is quite plain, but there is a hole up there where we can put lights through it. I'll take the roof off, which is something that will probably happen because we can film inside then. We can see you've got a cross brace, a loft area, and the steps go across here. The 2-post lift will go in here. I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, and you can see there's an oil drain underneath that, and then there's also a support post over here. So I am going to flatten, or take these bits apart and flatten that down and put it back in the box to pass to Keldon, and then we'll move on to this little bit. Right, onto this little thing. So this is just a smaller little kit. They do like a arcades one, they do a billboards one. That's the other kit that I've already got that you've seen. Well, that's probably an update on it actually. The Monte Carlo. Open this up. This is the one we've just got. And in here we get a dolly, we get two workbench, a big workbench. There's a set of ramps for cars. And you get a little car to go on the big one. So yeah, here's the things for the wheels. I think it's fantastic. I will try and put some of that together and come back in a second. Right, I brought Mini Me out and my Lotus because it's quite well known. These are to mount to the wall. They will freestand, but not on this. But you basically glue them to the wall. This is the little bench. This is the big bench. I did mess that up a little bit when putting that together, and I totally messed up this because I should have filed it just as opposed to trying to push it in with my big fat fingers. There's a potential that Keldon can save this because he's got a lot better hand-eye coordination than I have, so I will get him to look at that. These ramps work quite nicely, so you just sit the car on those, and then you sit there like a proper car ramp. So that's the mini kit. Moving on to the other box. Right, onto the big box, which again, it's all MDF stuff, but this one is a lot bigger. It has got a full farmhouse in here. Let me pull the stuff out of the box. We can see it's a lot more pieces. There aren't such good instructions, but there again, I didn't pay anywhere near as much money for this as I did for the other one. So some of the boards are a little curved, so they're going to need to be sat the other way up just to do them. But we've got lots of things, roofs, etc. We've got these which plug into the sides of these to make an upper story. So what you get is these going into the walls so that you can get that around it. That going into a baseboard, I'm guessing. But that's this one, which again we need to flatten the board out. So give me a second, I'll get some stuff out. So I got confused. I thought this was the walled farmhouse. I've got a few things, and this is actually the Adobe Compound. So it's all single level structures that go together into a compound, and is supposed to look like this, which is why I was a little bit confused that it didn't look like what I thought it was going to look like, which was that, which I've also got. But this was obviously a different box. The other box is somewhere else. Yes, so this one, that's the wall farm, is going to look like this, with the roofs, which I think will look pretty cool. And it all opens up, and you can see on that photo there, if it focuses, that the buildings interlock into the compoundy area, which is very, very cool. So I will fiddle around a little bit more and come back once I have got something kind of resembling this together. And sometime later we've got it all kind of together. I haven't put these in because once they're in they can't come out again. So this is the compound. I also have got some containers. These go on the outside, these go on the inside, and then you've got a container. There's two of that size. These are skips, so that's a skip. These are smaller containers. we've got there. So you've got 3 individual buildings. This one, I've got one of the doors in. The roof pops out, the lid drops on, and obviously that keeps it into there. You've got just some compound pieces. These bits create the compound. Obviously it all interlinks together to give you a solid wall. This is very similar to this one again, and then there's a lot of other detail pieces to go inside these. I mean, we've got a door type thing on the end there. So that will make a fantastic compound. At some point I will find out the farm and I will put that together. At some point I'll get it all put together and painted and show you the lot. Right folks, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it interesting. There are some new diorama things. I am planning to rebuild the whole of the tracks at Vulcan Raceway. I have a new track that I'm working on, which is a downhill drift track, Drift Mountain, working on some names, possibly Green Mountain after the one on Ascension Island, which was the staging post for the Black Buck missions, given everything is related to Vulcans. So we'll see about that in the future. But thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you all again next time.